Hi, I'm Paul Potratz, and today we're talking about polishing a car. This can be confusing and it can also be surprising. In fact, I was just at a conference, I was at a show where we were displaying our Land Rover Defenders, and I was getting it ready before the show started, and I pulled out this little piece of magic right here. And there was a couple guys that were standing there and they said, "What is that? What are you doing?" And what I'm talking about is clay. So this would be step one in polishing your vehicle, is ordering clay bars. They have different, I guess you could say, a coarse and a fine and a medium type of grade clay. Again, this is clay, just like clay when you were a child and you played with clay. Clay is a great product. So let's talk about how you're going to get that car looking great. The first step is you want to wash it. Make sure it's extremely clean. Be sure and find one of our other videos to make sure that you're washing it properly without scratching it. Now that your car is clean and you're out of the sun, that the metal is okay temperature, meaning you don't want to be in direct sun where it's really hot. And you want to order your clay bars. And what I use is I use a detail spray. They have spray that's specifically for the clay bar, but I've been doing this for years, and I'll tell you the detail spray, I do like Adams. There's a number of them I like. But this one is just easy to get. You can, order it on Amazon and have it in no time. So you want to work in a small section of around a 2 by 2 area, 2 feet by 2 feet. Spray it down. Be very generous with this. Get it very, very wet, meaning the paint. And then you want to take your clay bar, and don't fear, as long as that car is clean, and run the clay bar over the paint. And what you will do is you're removing the impurities, you're removing the, basically the acid rain and all the fine grit and everything else. You're pulling that out of the paint. And definitely invest in some very good microfiber cloth. And I prefer the chemical guys. I've tried a lot of different microfiber, and they have to be some of the best of the best. And you can re-wash them. Just order the stuff to wash them with, because it will keep its fluffiness and its smoothness. So you can't wash them with regular detergent because it will make them kind of scratchy and brittle. The first step, though, before you put one of these on your vehicle, be sure there's these tags telling you where they're made. Take that off, because that will create scratches in your paint. So again, start in a 2 by 2 area, spray it down. Be very generous with this. Take the clay, run the clay over it, do different directions, and you're just lightly doing it. Don't do it hard. And then take your microfiber and dry it, and then you'll feel that paint, and that paint will feel so smooth that it'll feel like glass. If you drop this on the ground, just throw it away. Don't be cheap. Don't try to shake it out and all that. Just throw it away, because the little fibers will pick up grass and anything and everything, and you'll just be scratching your paint, and you'll be creating a lot more work for yourself. Clay bar, same exact thing. If you drop this clay bar on anything, throw it away, because this thing will pick up everything and it will make a complete mess of your paint job. And I also say too, when you get it, the clay bars are a little bigger, just rip it in half and you can use half of it. But as you're doing it, as you're using it, contort it, kind of knead it with your hands and pull it and stretch it. But I say it's only for one use, because it's going to pick up all those impurities. Use it once, throw it away, order some more, because it's just not worth it. The amount of work it will take to get the scratches out of your paint, it's just not worth it. So now that you've done the entire vehicle with this, with the detail spray and the clay bar, and you've done everything, even do your windshield, your rear glass, do your headlights, so everything will be super smooth. Again, you want to be in an area where you're not in the sun and it's not dusty. Now it's time to move to this. And this is probably the most fearful part for people. They're like, oh, I can't buff my car. I'm afraid I'm going to create those swirl marks. I've seen many people do that, but you will not do it with this. Don't be cheap. Don't go and try to buy one of the cheap units. Buy the real unit. And a Rupees is the best of the best, and I've tried many of them. So this is the Rupees Bigfoot 15, and it has a 6-inch pad, but you will not create burn marks in your paint. You will not create swirls in your paint, and it does have a setting here. So order this, and when you order it, and again, you can order this on Amazon. There's a link below in the video, so you can order all of this stuff. Also order the pads. You're going to want They sell these in sets, and if they don't have a set, then just order all three. You want the ultra fine polishing pad, you want the coarse cutting pad, and you want the fine polishing pad. So again, ultra fine, fine, and coarse. You're going to start with the coarse, and then I really love the Sonax. This stuff is made in Germany, and you want to start with this one first, which is the Cut Max. So you're going to use coarse, Cut Max on your rupees. And again, you're going to work in a 2x2 area. So just put a couple little dabs on the pad, on the coarse pad. So like 1, 2, 3. You don't need a lot, just little dabs is all you need. And then put that on your car, move it around without hitting the trigger yet. Move it around so it doesn't sling everything all over you. And now start working in an area. Again, you're going to work in a 2x2 area. So you want to create a pattern where you're going to go up, down, up, down, up, down. And then you want to go this way and then back. So you're creating a pattern like this. And you're just doing it. And you're going to give it a little bit of pressure. You're going to feel the paint getting a little warm, but that's fine. You're removing that top layer of a clear coat or a paint, and it's fine. You have plenty of layers on that. But what you're doing is you're getting that paint looking really good. If you look really close, you do want a light. You can use the light on your iPhone, and you'll see some fine little scratches. But you want to continue to do this over and over and over in that 2x2 area until you remove all of those fine scratches, because chances are your car has all these fine scratches. And even if your car is brand new from the manufacturer, your paint is not perfect. So that's really what we're doing, is we're doing a paint correction. So, and if you've ever driven through an automatic car wash, or if you've ever used one of those brushes, by the way, don't ever, ever, ever do that. Don't let anybody do that. I don't care if it says touchless at the car wash. Unless it's just spraying water, but if they have the little things that go over, it will scratch your paint. So the goal of this Cut Max and this coarse pad is to remove all those fine micro scratches. And if you have more than a micro scratch, that's a whole nother video. So now that you've done that, and what you want to do is make sure that you're cleaning this off. I use the detail spray just to spray it lightly, and then I brush it off with the microfiber cloth. So you want to keep on doing that, because it's going to continue to pick up impurities even though you've done the clay bar. So now you can pull this off, the coarse pad, set that aside, and then you want to go to the fine, and now you want to go to the next level. So think about it, this is how you're going to remove the scratches. This is how you're going to remove finer scratches and give it a deeper gloss shine is what you're going to do. So medium, medium, coarse, coarse. So think about it that way. Again, repeat. So go over the entire car. Again, your pattern's going to go, you can either go up or down, but let's just say you're going down and then over just a little bit, up and then down, and just work that. And then after you do that, then go across this way. So you're just staggering. Again, 2x2 area. Now that you have that done, wipe it down as you're going through, wiping with the microfiber cloth, and change these out, but shake them out, get the dust out of them. Again, if you drop it, throw it away. And then now that the paint's looking really good, now you want that very deep mirror, that glass look. Well, that's what we're going to do. I found this to be one of the best products, which this is actually by Rupees, and I think it says it's made in Italy. So it must be cool if it's made in Italy, right? We're going from Germany to Italy. So this is going to give it if it's a black car, it's going to give it a very deep black or a red or whatever it is. So this is where you want to go to the ultra fine polishing pad. Change your pad out. And again, anytime you're using the waxes, it's just little dots. It's dabs. So 3 to 4 little dots on there. And then move it around the car so it doesn't sling all over the place and make a mess, and then do the same thing over where you're going down, up, and you're staggering it and then across. You don't have to work it as hard, because this is a high polish is what it's going to do, but it's going to give it a very, very deep look. And then just keep on wiping your area down with your microfiber cloth, cleaning the area up. So now your paint's going to look really good. So here's the really cool part. Now what I'm getting ready to show you is, if you don't want to have to wash your car all the time, if you want that car looking pretty fresh all the time, and in fact, if you get covered with dust and a little bit of mud, all you have to do is hose it off. You don't have to wash it or anything else. You can hose it and the dirt will fall off. I know it sounds magical, but trust me, that's exactly what's going to happen. You've probably heard about ceramic coating. That's one process you can do to get to that. But if you don't want to spend the money and the time on the ceramic coating, because ceramic coating, if you can definitely do it at home, but if you do it incorrectly, you're going to create a lot of work for yourself. If you get ceramic coating done at a professional shop, expect to spend about $2,000 to $3,000, as much as $4,000 to do a ceramic coat. But what I do and what I really love is a polymer net. And I think Sonax probably makes one of the best. I've tried a lot of them. But this is a polymer net shield. And all you have to do is you spray this on the car, just spray it. And then I use the microfiber cloth and I just wipe it all over the paint. And then I flip my cloth over and then I wipe it clean. It's going to have like a smeary look, and that's what it's going to look like at first. It's going to be all smeared. So you want to keep on doing the microfiber cloth and flipping it and changing your cloths. And then you will get that very clean look, and it will make the paint look even deeper than it did when you finally use this. This polymer shield, what it's doing, it's actually filling the pores of the paint, because paint is very porous, but it fills those pores up. So when you're driving and you get the acid rain and the grit and everything, it's creating a shield where it doesn't get stuck in the pores. This will last, if you do 2 coats of it, it will last for about 3 months, and your paint will look good. You can just pull it up, get the garden hose, spray it off, the dirt falls off. But it will also make your paint feel very nice too, that it feels like it's almost got a shield on top of it, that it almost feels like you've laminated your paint. Good feel, you can't beat it. And then you won't have to go back and repeat this process again for at least 3 months. And when you repeat it, you go back to the clay bar and do it all over. That's how your paint's going to look like new. It's going to look deep. It's going to look beautiful. People are going to comment about it, and you won't have to always be washing your car. So who's this for? Somebody that really enjoys taking care of their stuff, washing their cars, and they get that satisfaction of like, wow, I did that and that looks really good. If you're the type that'd rather take it somewhere and have somebody else do it, this probably isn't for you, because this process of 1, 2, 3 will take you a while to do properly. I enjoy coming in the garage and just working on a section at a time at night instead of sitting around watching the TV. So if you want to order any of these products, the link is in the description. But it's a very satisfying moment when you see your car and how great it looks, especially if you take it to a Cars and Coffee and everybody's like, wow, what did you do to your paint? And then you can explain like I just did.